Hi there, this video is for any of my students that have the guitar strumming patterns sheet that we've been working on. And um, on the sheet, it's all C chords. It's all just C, but you can use this with any chord. I'll just do C since that's what's on the sheet. And you don't have to necessarily play from the beginning to the end, but you can pick any set. So on each line, you have two different rhythms that you can choose from. The first page is all 4/4, and the second page there's only two, and those are in 3/4. So it's choices for 3/4 rhythms, and these are rhythms that you'll find in a lot of popular music. So I'm just trying to give you some rhythms that you'll be doing most of the time. And we're going to start here with number 4 because this is the basis of all of your rhythm, of everything that you're going to be doing is. Now you'll notice here I'm making the C chord, but instead of just this with the E on the bottom, I've got my finger over here on the G and my pinky over there on that C. Now you can do C this way, or you can do C this way. So I'm just doing this because I like the sound of that G down on the bottom. All right. Also, when you look, you'll see on any of the quarter notes or any of the 1, 2, 3, or 4 beats on the downs, I have all 6 written down. On my ups, I don't have the 5th and 6th strings included. It's just the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. Now, that doesn't mean you have to necessarily do that. You can hit all 6 on the way up, but you probably won't. Most often, it's easier to hit all 6 on the way down, and on your way up, you're likely to not hit those. And if you really have to work at getting those, you're kind of missing the point there, because you're just trying to get that rhythm going, and you want to have that natural flow there. So you don't need all 6 strings every single time when you're strumming. It's okay just to hit, but you do want it to sound consistent with your downs and your ups, to sound pretty much the same volume, same tone, and everything. But if you don't hit all 6 both directions, it's still going to sound generally the same. So we'll start with number 4 again. 1, 2, ready, play. Let's take a look at strumming pattern number 1. So here it's going down, miss, down, up, miss, up, down, up, miss, down, up, miss, up, down, up. Now I want to make sure that you don't do this. Don't go. Even though that's the same rhythm, that's in the right places, it doesn't have the same groove, the same feeling as meaning that you can't really swing and play with the beat so much. You don't have the groove. People aren't going to be able to really dance and move to the music if you're stopping a lot. You want to have that constant. This is like a pendulum here, going down, up, down, up. All right, so let's do that one more time. 1, 2, ready, play. Number 2. number 3. Now, maybe these don't really sound like rhythms that you would normally hear, but they actually are. Maybe if I just speed it up a little bit and you hear like... Or... Or the first one, definitely. Or the second one is... But we're going to take it slow. Do them slowly, then work them up, rather than trying to go fast and just slopping through it. You want to really nail it at each speed, incrementally get it up to speed. It's worth it to take your time and get it at every speed instead of just trying to slop through. Back to number 4 again. This is the basis to everything. Constant down, up, down. Most important thing. It's more important to have the motion than to hit or miss in the right place. As long as it keeps moving, it's going to sound right. You'll get the feeling across. All right, number 5. So here what I'm doing is I'm going down, up, and then on my next down, I'm just releasing. So I'm not totally letting go, but I'm letting the pressure off of the strings so that it just gets that sort of chuck sound on the way down. And then I put the pressure back down on my way up. Up, down, up. And then I release the tension again. Put the pressure back down. Okay, that's a really fun one. You hear that actually in a lot of music, right? And it sounds the best when you have a closed chord, meaning all the strings are you're able to mute all of the strings. If you have something like a G where you have some open ones in the middle, you can have ones that are ring all the time, but it still works. You still get the idea across. Whether or not they're all being muted. All right, so number 6. Let's slow that down a little bit. 1, 2, here we go. So now we're getting into the 3/4 stuff on the next page. So now this is nice for waltzes, for anything in 3/4 time. So the first one is slow that down. Down, miss, down, up, down, up, down, miss, down, up, down. And number 8, the last one, here we go. Now, let's see. So essentially I'm just hitting 1 or 2 of the bass notes, and then a full strum, and then a down. You can be more specific if you wanted to hit like just one bass note. That's getting into a different thing that I'd love to cover, where we're doing alternating bass notes. But we'll get into that Carter strum type stuff in another video. So this is just for big strums that we're doing. So I hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions.